How would you like to make a living, a great living, just by running a few retreats a year? In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can do exactly that. Stay tuned. There are so many benefits to creating a retreat business. I have to tell you that for me, it's been a game-changing experience to switch from my old business model, which was consulting and coaching and doing speaking engagements and seminars and workshops, to shifting to this retreat model. It's so much more fulfilling, so much more fun, and so much more lucrative too. That said, it's not always easy. There are definitely challenges to running a retreat business. One of the biggest of which is how to make money when you have a business that's based on doing just a few events a year, usually. So the way that we approach the retreat business is a little bit different than you may have seen other people do it. There are three core components to a successful retreat business, in my opinion. The first component is to have a solid front end. The front end of the business is what's responsible for driving and attracting in the leads and the people to enroll in your retreats. The second part of the business is the back end of the business. Now, the back end is what I refer to as the retreat itself. But the real magic of the retreat business model that I've discovered and put into place for myself is the big back end. The big back end is the monthly recurring, long-term, value over time program that you're going to sell from your retreats. Now, again, this isn't how everybody else does a retreat business. The reason I love this particular business model is that it creates a stable retreat business. Now, see, here's the problem. A lot of retreat businesses are like this. Why? Because they have a retreat, they fill the retreat, they do all the work to market it, get it all filled up, and then get the people there, deliver the retreat, and then it's over, and they relax. Now, the problem with that is that it creates a business that feels unstable. It creates a business that's hard to leverage, hard to scale, and hard to feel really safe in. The beauty of the retreat business that I just laid out for you is that that back end is what creates stability. It creates monthly recurring revenues over time. So let's go a little bit deeper into each element of this retreat model. The first element, as I said, is the front end. The front end is how you fill the retreat. It's your marketing, it's your branding, it's what you're putting out in the world on a regular basis so that you can have those people pop up and say, oh, I'm interested. I want to keep working with you. Now, the front end of the business is really where you do the core education about the problem that your retreat is going to solve. We'll get into that in a moment. The front end could look like you speaking. It could look like creating workshops and seminars. Remember, people who come to a retreat probably more likely to come to an event. In other words, if you're using events to market your retreat, you're going to get people in the room that are interested in coming to more events. So I love doing preview events and workshops and seminars because it fills the room with the kind of people that would be perfect for a retreat. In order to fill that front end of the business, you'll want to lead with the problem that your ideal people know that they have and the problem that they're looking to solve. In other words, the way we do it, our retreat solves the problem of how to create a business plan. So we lead with the problems that people are facing in their businesses, how to grow their business, how to attract more clients, how to sell more, how to close more deals. These are the problems people know they have, they admit that they have, and they want to solve. So the front end of our business is built all around helping people solve those initial problems. Now, once they've recognized, oh, wait a second, I want to grow my business, but I have a business model that doesn't align with growth and scalability and leverage, that's when we can say, hey, come to our retreat. Our retreat will help you to solve that problem. So what you're seeing in action is something that Lisa Sasevich has called problem, solution, problem, solution. The front end of your business addresses the problem that people have up front, the first need that they have. And then in your front end marketing, you've shared with them what the new problem is. You've shared with them what the real problem is. And then of course your retreat is the solution to that problem. That's where we get into the back end. Your retreat is your foundational program. It's how you deliver your core content. It's how you impart the core values of your business. It's how you help people in the most fundamental way so that you don't have to be doing that as a one-on-one coach and doing the same things over and over and over again. You gather them in a group and you have a retreat where you solve this core problem, this initial problem that people need to solve in your retreat. Then you move into the big back end. And this is where people sometimes get a little nervous or lost because they don't think that they can deliver value for that long of a time. Ideally, what we want is a big back end program over the course of a year. And the reason we want it to be over the course of a year is two reasons. One is for the client and one is for us. For the client, what we know is that no 3-day retreat, no short-term solution can ever deliver a long-term result. Think about it. In 3 days, you can have a breakthrough. In 3 days, you can design a new business model. You can create new pricing and packages. You can do all sorts of things in 3 days, and that's what we do in our 3-day retreat. But for people to fundamentally shift and grow their business, they need to change who they're being. They've often got to change their mindset, their beliefs, their attitudes about business. They've got to change their identity in a lot of cases. And so a long-term solution must be provided for people who want to keep working with you. That's why for a really great retreat model to work, you want to have a big back end. So that's it. Front end to get the people in, back end to have a breakthrough experience, a foundational program, your retreat, and then a big back end to support that breakthrough and to create lasting transformation. I know that was kind of quick, and you might have a whole bunch more questions about how to create a successful retreat business. Luckily, I have a whole bunch more videos for you. If you click up there, you can see some of them, how to start a retreat business, how to grow a retreat business, how to do your first retreat. Go ahead and check those out. And if you're interested in going even deeper into this work, then go ahead and download my Retreats to Riches roadmap. This is going to give you the step-by-step guide that you need to start and grow your retreat business. Go ahead and click the link below so that you can download that ASAP.